I've just been rereading on my Kindle The Rational Optimist, which I read back in 2011, I think that came out. And it's a great read still. Let me ask you this question. You call yourself a rational optimist. Optimism is just a temperamental cheerfulness. For it to mean anything, there must be reasons for it. Why is optimism rational?
Well, that's very much the point of that title, is that I'm not an optimist by temperament, particularly at 3 a.m. I'm a pessimist like everyone else. But, I don't find it easy to sort of have more hope than worry about the world. But if you go and look at the numbers, if you go and look at the facts, we have lived through an extraordinary improvement in the human condition. And the reasons for that continue to this day. And there is every reason to think that good as this world has become for a lot of people, and it has, it's a vale of tears compared with what it could be for the next generation. So it's very much about trying to reassure myself and the world that things have been going in the right direction for the vast majority of people. I mean, the numbers are extraordinary. When I was a child, more than half the world lived in extreme poverty. By the same measure, corrected for inflation, today that number is about 8%. Now, nobody's ever lived through a transformation like that. Average human lifespan has gone up by 5 hours a day in my lifetime. These are far bigger stories than anything that actually makes the news, in my view. And it's incumbent on us to understand that, to realize it and realize what caused it, and see whether we can pull that trick off again.
What caused it? And when did it start?
Well, it's a gradual gathering of pace from around 200 years ago, in terms of human incomes in particular. And in a word, it's innovation that does it. So just to give you my favorite example, artificial light, in 1800, on the average wage, you'd have had to work for 6 hours to get as much light from a tallow candle as you get from an ordinary LED bulb today for an hour, burning for an hour, right? Today you have to work for about a third of a second on the average wage to earn that much light. So that's what innovation can do by bringing down the cost of supplying human needs and the cost of us making each other's lives better, because that's the secret of all this, is that we're all working for each other. I'm producing something specialized, you're producing something specialized, and we then supply that to others in exchange for their specialized outputs.